Welcome back, everybody. Matt the Bat here. Hope you're doing well. So, if you look at the title of this podcast, you're probably wondering what does this mean? And the title is, on the end, Will Twisters mean the new Top Gun Maverick of 2024? And what I mean by that is, 2 years ago, that's right, 2 years ago, coming in about 2 weeks, when Memorial Weekend hits, it will be the second anniversary of Top Gun Maverick. And Top Gun Maverick went on to be one of the second highest grossing movies of that year, just behind Avatar, The Way of Water, and ended up being one of the most critically praised movies of 2024. It made money. It was won over by critics and audiences. To me, it's really the official movie that brought people of all ages back to the movie theater. Some people say Spider-Man, but I would say Top Gun Maverick more so. And Top Gun Maverick was a long-awaited sequel to a movie that came out, to the original, that came out in 1986. And the sequel, Top Gun Maverick, blew up the box office critically, financially, audience. They all loved it. And that was a surprise. And now this summer, in July, we're getting a long-awaited sequel, kind of a reboot, but I'm going to get to that in a minute, of the original 1996 Twister that had Will Paxton, Helen Hunt, Philip Seymour Hoffman, Cary Elwes, and so many others in the movie. And the 96 Twister is a cult classic. It's a classic. It's a 90s disaster movie classic. People still quote that movie, especially when there's a storm coming, or there is a storm. It's quotable. It has a good soundtrack. It's fun. It's a summer blockbuster, and it was. And now here we are, I don't know what, 30 years later almost? Yeah, 28 years later. And we're getting a Twisters, just add the S. And what I mean by a sequel reboot, and this is what I mean. When they originally were trying to make this new Twisters movie, they were trying to get Helen Hunt to return. Now, technically, she is not returning. But we all know in movies or publicity, oh no, Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield are not going to be in Spider-Man No Way Home. They're not. Hey, look what happened. They were. So, there is a possibility that we can see Helen Hunt in this movie at some point. I also have this weird belief that one of the actresses in the movie, Daisy Edgar Jones, who apparently used to go after tornadoes, go after twisters, then she stopped, and now Glenn Powell is going to bring her back in. In my own theory, I have a funny theory that she's going to end up being the daughter of Helen Hunt character. Because she has the same the machine that the little ball thingies goes up in the twister. And their mom's, Helen Hunt's character was Joe in the original. Now that's one theory that I have, that Daisy Edgar Jones in the movie, we're going to find out at either the beginning or the end that she is the daughter of Helen Hunt. And maybe we'll see Helen Hunt make a cameo. That's a possibility. So it's not a true legacy sequel, because as of right now, we don't know of any original stars from the original that are going to show up. But you still have that same machine that was in the original. Like that, I wouldn't be surprised if somebody from the original shows up. Who knows, maybe she could end up being Bill Paxton's daughter. Maybe Helen Hunt and Bill Paxton didn't end up together after the original. Also, Kieran Shipka from a lot of movies, she is going to be in the movie. We still haven't seen her in any trailer. So maybe she's going to be in the opening scene where, she gets sucked up by the tornado. And I like the opening of the original. And maybe she's Daisy Edgar Jones' sister. I don't know. But also you got Glenn Powell. Glenn Powell is on a hot streak right now. He was also in Top Gun Maverick. Then last year he had Anyone But You. That made over $225 million. So he's going to have a new movie coming out in June called Hitman on Netflix. That already has like a 97% on Rotten Tomatoes. So people will see that movie before Twisters a month later. That will build his hype up. But he's coming off a romantic comedy. And then, like I said, you got the nostalgia, you got the long-awaited sequel, kind of the original Twister. So can Twisters mean the Top Gun Maverick of 2024? Yes. If it ends up getting good critical reception, that's going to be huge. If, the audience enjoy it, this could be a movie, even though I think the only downside is it's coming out in July, where Top Gun Maverick had from Memorial Day weekend through the entire summer. Even Labor Day, I went and saw it again on Labor Day weekend, and the theater was packed. Still, on Labor Day weekend. So I think the only thing that's going to hurt Twisters is it's coming out in July. It's coming out the week before Deadpool and Wolverine. That's a little bit of a problem. We have good critically and good audience reception. I don't see it making the money that Top Gun Maverick made, but I do see it maybe being that summer hit that you didn't expect. Like, no, another Twisters movie. It's been way too long. They've waited too long to make this, and then it ends up being boom. And like this, especially when we find out after the movie comes out, oh yeah, Helen Hunt does show up in the movie. That's going to be huge. And like I said, with the success lately of Glenn Powell, that's going to make a difference. Top Gun Maverick, he was in that, and now this. And like I said, we haven't had a disaster movie in a long time. Really, when was the last disaster movie you saw in the theater? I'm still waiting. Yeah, my point. I think 2012, I'm not talking about the year 2012, I'm talking about the movie 2012. And that came out in 2009. So, it's been a long time since we've had a disaster film. Especially if this is on the same level as fun as the original, with a great one-liners and quotes. So let me know in the comments below, do you think Twisters can be in this year's Top Gun Maverick? Another long-awaited sequel, a beloved classic, a disaster movie, the hype of Glenn Powell. There's a lot riding on this tornado. Matt the Bat here. Let me know in the comments below. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, leave a comment.